Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and this time I want to talk about Fnaf's popularity and how it has become quite popular again and why it could become as popular as it was back in 2014 or 15 again. Now, obviously the reason for this is because of all the memes, and mainly the man behind the slaughter meme, which is nice to see. The only problem with that is that it's not really because of any new games or anything. It's mainly just because of a meme talking about some old nostalgic games from the series. But I don't know, I mean, hopefully in the future there'll be more memes, and hopefully there'll be a meme or two of the newer games or the most recent games / game to not be released yet, which is Fnaf Security Breach. But it's going to be very interesting to see how much Fnaf Security Breach can increase Fnaf's popularity by, and if there will be a lot more memes for this year for Fnaf. Now, I know the increase is partially from the coronavirus, but it was starting to increase from memes before that anyway, so I'm pretty sure it would have increased not that much, but it still would have increased a fair bit anyway. And the boosts from each game are pretty significant each time, with the only games not really giving it that much of a boost being FNAF VR and FNAF AR, along with Ultimate Custom Night, with hopefully FNAF Security Breach giving it a bit better of a boost. But I don't know, maybe we'll see what happens. And then all FNAF really needs is a ton of memes and the new games and the movie news and AAA game news and stuff like that. Tons of advertising, and FNAF should and most likely will make a comeback. And if that happened, I'd be a very happy fan, because it would be like back in 2016 when I first got properly into it, at late 2015, early 2016. And I remember all those moments from the Hype for Sister location. That was the best time of my life, I think. And I am having a really good time right now. And I thank you guys a lot for 3,000 subscribers. It's made me really happy, and there will be a special for it. I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but you'll see. And then the more important thing for FNAF is how popular it is on YouTube, for the reason that it is much more popular on YouTube than it is on the web search, and it's going to affect it more because it will have a higher chance of there being memes on the news and stuff like that. Kind of like, you know, songs releasing, meme compilations, stuff like that on YouTube. Mainly the songs though, or the animations getting 10 to 20 million views or something. And with where it's at now, I'm surprised that there hasn't been more animations and songs and that on it. And I'm surprised there hasn't been a hit animation or song on it yet, but I think we will get a hit song or animation on FNAF soon. I don't know how soon, but I think it will be pretty soon. But the main reasons for its rise again is because of meme compilations, meme behind the slaughter, people coming back for nostalgia, some people coming back to the fandom for the new games after liking FNAF VR and AR, but not so much. And then maybe, but sadly unlikely, that they could be coming back for FNAF Security Breach. But I don't know if it's going to increase FNAF's popularity that much. We'll see, we'll find out. I think it will help a fair bit, but not like by a mile. I don't think it's going to ever sadly rise as much as it did when it got boosts from Sister location and FNAF 4 and that. And as you can see here, you can see the drop off, the slowdown, and then the second drop off after Ultimate Custom Night. Probably mostly people thinking that the franchise is over, story's over. And then it's kind of come back, but then bad drop off again from Fnaf VR, and then it's come back from Fnaf AR and afterwards by far. So that's good, nice to see. And now without even any games releasing, it's gone back up to the point of popularity during about Ultimate Custom Nights. That's really nice to see. So Fnaf hasn't lost all hype and hope, and I think it can still make a massive comeback, like becoming as popular as it was in 2014-15. It's just unlikely. And then in the YouTube search, it dropped off, but not as bad, and then it rose again, and then it dropped off after Ultimate Custom Night, but not as bad as the web search, which is more important. The YouTube search is more important, so that's good that it didn't drop off as much. And now it's made a fairly big comeback with it not dropping off as much, and the boosts might not be that significant, especially from Fnaf AR. Fnaf AR didn't do that much because it wasn't that interesting to watch people play, sadly. But Fnaf VR, that boosted it a fair bit, but not for long. It dropped off very quickly, sadly. But whatever. Hopefully the hype for Security Breach for the trailer and that will increase people's hopes for Fnaf and its popularity, and hopefully Fnaf Security Breach as a whole can keep its popularity going and rising more and more and over time. But we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with that, and it's not guaranteed that Security Breach could keep it going. It's not also guaranteed that there will be any more memes of Fnaf. I'm pretty sure there will be for the rest of the year, and because of all the memes that have been happening, but I don't think they're going to be massive memes, sadly, and I don't think there'll be much more. I'm hoping there will be a massive meme, like as popular as the Big Chungus one or something like that, because then that would increase Fnaf's popularity for sure. But I don't know, it might not happen, might not end up happening at all. Nothing might happen for the whole year, except for Security Breach releasing and the trailer for it releasing and animations of it and that. And in the image search, for some reason it spiked up a lot, gone up to a really high point in popularity again, back up to 2016, which is nice. But I think that's mainly because of the Man Behind the Slaughter meme images and stuff like that, and just meme images overall for Fnaf. Now the weird thing about the image search is that for Ultimate Custom Night, it didn't drop off that much, did pretty good, but then it just all of a sudden dropped like it did in the web and YouTube search. Now if you look at its history in the past 15 years, 16 years, you can see up until 2014 to now, it's dropped off, stayed still for a long time, then dropped off, but now it's risen back up again to the point where it was at in 2018, 17, partially 16. So that's also nice to see, that people haven't lost entire hope of it. And Fnaf AR seemed to boost Fnaf's popularity significantly in everything except for, sadly, the YouTube search, which is what needed to be increased in popularity. But besides, overall its popularity has increased. In the past 7 days, from the Security Breach teaser, that increased the popularity significantly, especially during the week. But then it didn't rise that much afterwards for the next 3 days. On the weekend it did quite horrible, but at the end of the day, it can't stay up forever, and it's still doing pretty good. It still made a comeback, and obviously that hype from just a bloody title reveal from Security Breach then, during the middle of the week, proves that people do still care and are still really hyped for Fnaf. Now, that gave me a sign of hope, because I think that means that the trailer will give it a massive boost, biggest since Sister Location in terms of a trailer, and bigger than Fnaf VR, which would be pretty damn good. And I think the game, and this is for web search, YouTube search, image search, everything, will also increase its popularity a lot more than the previous 2 games did, and Ultimate Custom Night's previous 3, if you're counting canon games, though it's only the last 2. But I think we'll at least give it as big of a boost as Fnaf 6, if not as big as, I'd say, Fnaf World or Sister Location, but I don't know, we'll have to wait and see for that. But I think most of this is just because of nostalgia and memes and that, which isn't going to help that much in the future and right now, because it means that they're not really looking at the new stuff, but it's still better than nothing. We better be happy that it's still risen, and I haven't had really any bad experiences with the community, but I've heard a lot of people have had bad experiences. Personally, I haven't, but I don't know, it's a lot of people's opinions there. And then, yeah, it's just nice to see that Fnaf is still going strong after all this time and all these years. I've been a fan of it, even if I have been on and off a few times, not too much though, for 4 years over that now. And I've gone through a lot, seen a lot for Fnaf. I've looked at the future games rather than just being nostalgic about it. But anyway, tons of SFM projects and other diverse content will be coming soon. Possibly some content besides Fnaf, but that's more unlikely. And don't forget to like, comment down below what you thought of this video, and subscribe and turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.